Hey guys, how's it going? It is Kire here with another Infinite Magicraid video. And in today's video, I want to talk about a potential way you can really ruin your account. And I legitimately think this would be pretty demoralizing to do. And the reason why I want to make this video is because of how impactful it is, and it's possible to prevent it. And I've been seeing multiple people do this. So we have this video here from Karzak, another content creator. He ended up doing it. I ended up seeing this video, and then also just kind of around the same time, I've been getting DMs from people saying they've done this as well, and this is really impactful. So what it is, and I think pretty easy to do, because you come here a ton. So in the training thing here, you can quick craft, and then see how no heroes can be crafted, but you could hit consume epic heroes. So if I hit this, you're just going to pick these, because what I did is this is very easily preventable, but I totally understand why people have done this. This is so easy to do. You come in here constantly and then just hit confirm and then be able to just craft people. Because if I go, for example, here and then open up a ton of these shards, for example, this is something that you do constantly. You're going to be in here a ton. And then if you happen to just hit the button, like there's no confirmation button or anything, but I've been like scared to even come close to that button. So I've never done it. But here's a couple people here. Like, look how easy this would be. So train, you get the red dot, you got these. If I just hit this, that's as easy as it takes to just delete pretty much all of my epics if I didn't have them locked. So I highly recommend people, if you play this game a lot, the first thing you do, and then luckily for people that are free to play light spenders, you're not going to have that many epics just to begin with, but still the ones you do get, you're really going to want to keep them, especially because of how they do the system of these seasonal characters that you can never get again. So this is, when I say ruin your account, that's one of the big things. There's these guaranteed characters. There's been 3 of them so far that if you make this mistake, you will never get that character again. At least as far as we know. They haven't done a rerun of these. This is not about how dumb that system is. That's a whole nother discussion that I think we've talked about a ton. But here, for example, there's a couple characters in Lele, for example. If I didn't have her locked and then I did that mistake, she's gone forever. And then there's a few others that I haven't built yet. We have Rudolph, if I could find him, and then also Seal. And then Seal is actually a really good character because he removes shields. This is something that's really clutch. So if you accidentally get rid of him, that's a massive deal for your account. And then he has it just no exclusives required. He can just remove his shield for the green faction. Yes, there's been Austin on there, so you don't have to worry about it too much. But at the same time, it is really nice to have if you went with a different Mythic. And what I ended up doing, very tedious, but I just lock every single character. So that's what I do. So Justy, for example, like he's unlocked because I know I can get rid of him. And I wanted to show the technique of what I do to make sure I never mistakenly remove a character, especially with that button, but just in general about this. So for example, I have them mostly unlocked, but what I end up doing to make sure is I come down here and then I know I'm in the rare situation where I have all these characters. This is what people that spend money on this game potentially can have. But what I like to do is I come through here and there's certain characters I just crush immediately. And then there's certain characters I want to keep because I might want to eventually build them. So I like to have 6 copies. I know that's ridiculous. For most characters, I like to just have 1 copy. And even the characters that I want to keep, I probably only pick 4 because I want the actual character and then all 3 exclusives to try them out. Because a lot of these decisions too are not because I may want to do it. I just think it's nice to have as a content creator and be able to share it with you guys. I feel like it's kind of as my job as a content creator to be able to do that. So for example, this guy is a perfect example of a character I like, but I could get rid of a few because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could get rid of this one. So I'll come in here, I leave him highlighted, and then you come back here and unlock him. So then now I know he's safe. He's totally safe. I could crush him, but I keep the standard as I lock him. Another thing that is a little sketch is if you revert someone or regress them, you need to unlock them to revert them. So on a legendary hero, for example, be sure the second you're done regressing a character, whether it be a legendary or whoever, you immediately go back. First thing you do, you go back and lock them. You lock them because even if it's a legendary, because right now it used to be legendaries were not locked on pull. Like, so if I pull a legendary hero, it was not locked. They fixed that and made it guaranteed that they're locked. They don't have that for epics. I feel like because of this stupid button, they need to do that because especially these seasonal epic heroes, they need to have them locked immediately because people might do this and they have no recourse. I've heard people try to talk to support and they just don't get anything back from them, which is pretty par for the course when it comes to these games. You know, like these are probably made by pretty small studios and they don't have the ability to revert them, or they just don't care. You know, they might even have the ability to revert it and they just don't care, which is unfortunate, but pretty par for the course when it comes to a lot of these games. So it's up to us to make sure we do everything in our power to prevent that if you actually care about the game. And that's pretty much it when it comes to this, is I like to have the default locked. And then I wasn't doing this. Before I saw these couple videos, I was like, you know what? I really should do that. I really don't want to be in that position where I accidentally crush all these epic heroes. In my case, not the end of the world. I have a lot of the heroes I'm going to be built up. And in free-to-play and light spenders, they don't have that many epics in the first place, so it's not going to be that tedious. But I think it's a no-brainer to do something like this to make sure you don't mistakenly crush in a ton of epics, especially the seasonal ones. So hopefully this was helpful for you guys. And if you like this video, I have another video about Holocaster that I did earlier today. I think he's really cool. You can build him and make him actually useful with 0 resources required. If you guys want to check that out, the video will be right here.